I don't understand this. I don't understand how the people who made this petition honestly look past everything else this game has in it and chooses to focus directly on women in the video game rather than everything that you can do in the game as a whole. You guys have been sending me this on Tumblr, on Twitter, on YouTube comments, and that is that Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the best-selling games of all time, the game's been out for an entire year. Notice that it's been out for an entire year. Like, it hasn't been taken off stocks and stores before. This has been out for a long time, a year, 365 days. And recently, in Australia, and if you're an Australian, I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry that you live in such a terrible place where they allow this sort of shit to go down. All you Australian gamers, I guarantee you're probably raging yourself up right now in pure rage because of what Australia is allowing to happen. And that is they are Target and Kmart, and who knew? I didn't even know Kmart even sold video games. But Kmart and Target recently took Grand Theft Auto 5 off of their shelves. Now, the reason for this is because, and I'm going to read you this, I'm not really even going to dive into a response to this. I'm just going to read this to you, and I'll let you decide exactly if this is a valid reason to remove a video game off the shelves, because it's not. Feminists want equality. This game presents equality because it's Grand Theft Auto 5. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this world of this world. If you want to slaughter a man, if you want to kill a man, you're able to do that. If you want to beat a man to death with a baseball bat, if you want to run people over, males over with a baseball bat, you can do that. And what's so ironic about this petition that I'm about to read to you is that it completely ignores the fact that there's a graphic, which is, I'm surprised I didn't even mention this, there's a graphic torture scene in the game where you literally electrocute a man's testicles. Target, withdraw Grand Theft Auto 5. This sickening game encourages players to commit sexual violence and kill women. It's a game that encourages players to murder women for entertainment. Okay, it encourages women to murder for entertainment. What about men? What about the men who are tortured? The guy who gets his balls fried. If that was a scene where you're a guy, let's say, brutalizing or torturing a woman by sticking prongs in her vagina, then these women would be upset. But why is it okay for a man to have his testicles tortured? Why is nothing being brought up about that? The incentive is to commit sexual violence against women, then abuse or kill them to proceed to get health points. Okay, I'm pretty sure this statement here is incorrect. I just picked up Grand Theft Auto 5 off Amazon yesterday for the whole Black Friday thing. I got it reduced price. It's coming tomorrow, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not the case. Like, you don't get health points by killing women in this game. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. And now Target are stocking it and promoting it for your Christmas stocking. Okay, first of all, there's a reason why these video games like Grand Theft Auto have what's called a game rating. It's called M. M means that you have to be 17 or older to buy it. This is Grand Theft Auto 5. This game means that after various sex acts, players are given options to kill women by punching her unconscious, killing her with machete, bats, or guns to get their money returned. Please, Target, we appeal you as women of survivors of violence, including women who experience violence in the sex industry, to immediately withdraw the Grand Theft Auto 5 from sale. This misogynistic GTA 5 literally makes games of bashing, killing, and horrific violence against women. It also links sexual arousal and violence. I want to make it clear that all the stuff that you're saying here is literally equality in the game. If this game was specifically you're a man and the entire city that you go into is all women and there's only women and you're the only male character and you're all beating up, then you'd have a valid point here. But you can't say the game is misogynistic when it's equally doing the same treatment and even worse from a torture scene of a man's testicles in the game itself. We have first-hand experience with this kind of sexual violence. It haunts us, and we've been trying to rebuild our lives ever since. Just knowing that women are being portrayed and deserving to be sexually used by men and potentially murdered for sport and pleasure. Sport and pleasure. This is a video game. you act as if this killing a woman in video game is automatically going to make men want to kill women in real life. I'm not even going to go into that, but video games do not cause progressive aggression and violence. There's been hundreds of studies on this, of where these conservatives think that these games where you shoot people automatically make kids want to go out and kill other people. This is simply not the case, and I'm not even going to go into that. To see this violence that we live in through turned into a form of entertainment is sickening and causes great pain and harm. Okay, explain to me how killing a video game character causes great pain and harm to you as an individual. You have the ability to buy this game. You're not being forced to buy this game. You act like the game is being shoved in your face and saying, buy this game that you don't like. This game spreads the idea that certain women exist as scapegoats for male violence. It shows hatred and contempt for women in the sex industry and puts them at a greater risk. I don't really see how the sex industry, the real sex industry, correlates with this video game. Women in the industry are 40 times more likely to be murdered by a man than any other group of women. Games like this are grooming yet another generation of boys to tolerate violence against women. It is fueling the epidemic of violence experienced by so many girls and women in Australia and globally. Skip the rest of this, and right at the end it says, please put ethics before profits and make a strong statement that you do not condone sexual violence, sexual exploitation, and the abuse of women as entertainment. So what you're saying here is that because Target sells Grand Theft Auto 5 and because it has violence in it, because it has women who, it's an open world game where if you want, you can hire a prostitute for yourself, and then if you want, you can kill her. Equally so, you can kill a man doing the exact same type of thing, that by selling this product, they're condoning sexual violence and sexual exploitation and are promoting the abuse of women. Are you serious right now? All I have to do is point out a very simple flaw, is that Target sells books. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Great book, by the way. It's also a movie. There is a rape scene in that film. Does that mean now that you're going to remove the the book and the movie from the shelves of Target because it depicts a rape scene? Does that mean that now Target, because it stocks the movie, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, that it now supports rape? No. Not at all. That is why movies have these ratings. That is why games have these ratings. To say because they sell a product or a book that they automatically endorse what's in that book is absolutely ridiculous. That's like me going into a Target store, finding the Bible, which depicts rape and abuse, and let's not even jump into all the things that the Bible has in it, but the Bible in Target. Does that mean that Target supports all the acts committed? Does that mean that Target is against homosexuals because the Bible's against it? No, not at all. I'm done. Leave your comments down below. There's no other response to this other than I feel sorry for the people in Australia right now that are having to deal with this sort of shit. There's a petition by the same thing, change.org, to get this game reinstated back on shelves. It's linked down below. Sign it if you want. I certainly did.